Hi guys, this is Vishal here from Trapcode. So in this we will understand about permissions. So what exactly permission module is and how that can be used, right? So this is a basic introduction of permission where we'll go install the permission plugin. We'll show you the basic concept that how the permission things work and how you can use permission to your application where you can show hide things on the basis of whether the person has that particular permission or not. So this is a smaller part of that bigger module role-based access control where people access you on the basis of what role they have. Then even you can go granular that even though they have some XYZ role, but on the basis of that role, what all permissions they have, and you can show hide the permission or add more permission to them or remove permissions from them so that they can see only that thing which they should be seeing, right? Whether it's on the record level, but whether it's a column level at individual record, whether it's a detail page, like show hide of some module, everything can be controlled using roles and role-based access control thing using permissions, right? So for that, what we'll do, we'll just go and quickly install the permissions plugin. So this is a permission plugin. I just install it. So it will create a collection called permissions, and this is a multi-tenant application. So since the multi-tenant plugin is also installed, so it will basically add a permission here also. So let's see what all it does. So I go to my collection. So here you see there's a permission collection. As of now, it has nothing. I can go and create a few permission records. So this is my project which has employee address, all these things. So let's say I apply the permission to employee. So as of now, I'm not applying any permission. I'm just creating some permission that what all things which can be controlled. So let's say I create employee. This is one permission, right? I'm just giving name. You can give whatever name you want, right? Let's say I create one more permission, delete employee. I've created two permissions, create employee, delete employee, that whoever will have this permission will be able to delete an employee, whoever will have create employee permission will be able to create an employee. Now let's see how this works, right? So I go to my user collection. So here in user collection, you see there's a permissions column which got enabled. So if I go to configuration, I should be able to see the permission. So here it is, which is system default, so I cannot delete it. But if I go and try to assign permission to someone, I should be able to assign these. So I can assign the permission. So these permission, first of all, they appears at the user level. Let's go again. So this is my tenant company. So here also there's a permissions, right? So basically I can assign permission at the tenant level. So here if I go and edit a tenant, I can assign some permission. So same thing, right? Now third is at the role level. So role also has permission. So what happens as soon as you install the permissions plugin, it creates permissions column into user, into role, and into tenant collection. Why so? And I think it also creates in tenant setting collection, but that we'll cover later. So what happens? So let's say I am a part of organization which is a tenant, and if tenant has permission, then I can say okay, show it to all of the people of that particular organization. So treat it like you have a SaaS and you have n number of features, and you don't want to enable that feature for all the tenants or all your clients. And on the basis of pricing tier they are, or on the basis of their like whatever they need, you can show hide them, and those show hide can be controlled by the permissions at tenant level. So let's say I have a module which is accounting module, which I don't want to show to all of the tenants, and only I want to show the tenants who have subscribed to that module. So what I'll create a permission that show accounting module, and then assign the permission to only those tenants which has subscribed to that module. So this way we are controlling the permission at the tenant level. Now second is at the role level. So what happens? So let's say I have 5 roles in my organization or in my project, and what we want to do, whenever someone new user gets created, I want them to have the exact same permission which are part of that role. So this way So let's say if I go and edit a role, I can give them some permission, right? So whenever a person gets created with TNet admin role, they already have all these permissions. So that when you are creating new users, they come with a default set of permission which are part of the role as they got created, right? After that, you can increase or decrease their access by the permissions. But the role level is something which is kind of template, so that it controls that when the user is getting created, what permissions they have. And third is obviously the more granular level, whether the user who is logged in as of now has this permission or not. So highest level is TNet, then role, then user. User is more granular level. You can add or remove permission only for that specific user, that can this user see this or not, right? So we'll try here and let's see how this works. So let's say I log in from this person. So I go login. So there is an employee list page, I think somewhere. Okay, this is the page. Now I am saying this submit button only show to person who has a create employee permission. Okay, so this is my submit button, and let's say I just want to hide this whole column. So I go to this show hide icon and then I can control. I say condition from logged in user in permission equals to create employee, right? So if logged in user permissions has create employee permission, then only show. So visibly show, otherwise just hide. I'll just say save and I'll publish. Now I am not seeing the button because I don't have the permission. Right? Why I don't have the permission? Let's go and see. So this is the user which we are logged in. Permissions, it's nothing. Now let's say we give him the permission. So we go here, we give the permission, create employee. Now we have given this permission to this person. I go to this page again. We need to log out and log in again, because when you assign permission to someone, it does not get reflected immediately until they log in, because obviously it's coming from session and this person was logged in previously, so it does not exist in that session where they logged in. I have logged in again, so let's go to that page. Now the button is here. Similarly, I can maybe hide this button. Let's change it. Let's add one more button. So let's call it delete button. Same thing in the visibility. Let's first, I'll just change the color. Now I'm saying that current logged in user in permissions equals delete employee. Let's show this to only the people who have delete employee permissions available to them. Okay, and I publish the changes. So let's see. So this user has create employee and demo user one will say delete employee, right? So one person has one permission, one has other permission, and the third one, let's give both the permissions. Now let's see the magic. So if I log in with this user, this should only see the create employee button. They will not see the delete employee button. So let me log in. This is the employee data, right? We have not added the visibility condition, so it is showing by default. We need to make the visibility condition whether to show or to hide, right? If the condition is true, do this. We have added the condition, but we have not done anything, right? So that was the reason. So now it is not visible, right? But they can create an employee. Now let's log in from some other person. which is demo. This one. Now this will not be able to create employee, but this will be able to delete employee. And go to that page, employee data. So this person cannot create, but it can delete because they have the permission. Now let's log in with the third person, which is demo user 2. Now they can create and they can delete. They can do both, right? So they can create and they can delete, right? So on the basis of what permissions they have, they can see things. And similar things you can control at the tenant level, you can control at the role level, and you can obviously control at the user level. So this is a very basic introduction of permission. There are tons of things which you can do from this module, but that is something which we'll cover in more advanced videos. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.